in other words, perhaps, even if, and we're talking about multiple supply chain relationships, even if you have one CDMO, you have multiple relationships because they have to get their materials from probably China, India, or other locations. So yeah, it's hard to be really single sourced, so to speak. So that's
Yeah.
that's good. So Phi, here's a different question then. Um, so when you're performing due diligence on an asset that's at say you're in a larger company or even a smaller company who is going to bring in an asset or two and start a company based on it. That's a very well-known model. So when you're doing due diligence on a biotech asset that you're going to in-license or acquire, how important is, let's say it's phase two or late stage phase two maybe, how important is it to look at the supply chain for that asset currently?
It's part of due diligence. I mean, that's just a normal step in the process, right? You got to find out, and we've had several several experiences in that regard, wherein we acquire small companies and they bring in with them their technology, and in most cases, I would say 90%, they're all outsourced, and I can already tell, depending on the CDMO that they've outsourced it to, uh, if I'm part of the due diligence team, I would probably recommend to the uh, the business development group not not to take on that project, just based on where like a early phase material is manufactured at a CDMO. There are some CDMOs that, yeah, I wouldn't say blacklisted, but I would not go back to them. So yeah, it's part of due diligence, is finding out more background before continuing or actually acquiring the technology from
Mm-hmm.
other companies,
Well, that's
unfortunately,
placing a lot of importance on
on the
where that
CDMO.
asset was
Oh
worked
yes.
on. Yeah,
Oh
that
yes.
that's something very important to know. Um, and you would blacklist the CDMO for numerous reasons.
In my head, it would be blacklisted in my head. Wouldn't be something that I would divulge publicly. But yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had an occasion wherein our company wanted to outsource to that CDMO, and after all the due diligence that we did, my recommendation was no go. And a few months later, that particular CDMO manufactured a vaccine that was contaminated.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Okay. Yep.
the head of our business development group told me, I'm glad we listened to you.